Sean Sewell, Engearment.com podcast. This is a recap episode, as well as something to look forward to in the next 2 weeks from Engearment.com writers and myself. So, you got notes this time, so I don't just ramble on forever. Make this concise and to the point, and hopefully find benefit in this and something that might excite you for upcoming adventures outdoors or with fitness or just pique your curiosity. So, first and foremost, recapping. About 2 weeks ago, I had on my mentor and friend, Brett Jones, for the second time. Now, if you are new to Brett Jones, let me fill you in. He is, to me and most of my colleagues, incredible inspiration. He's a leader in the fitness, health, and wellness industry. He's part of FMS, the Director of Education for Strong First, which is my education for the kettlebells behind me right here, and the basis for my business. FMS, Functional Movement Systems, is how we screen people for movement. He is an awesome human being and a wealth of knowledge. And we talk about him surviving cancer, a very heartfelt discussion on that. And he drops a lot of wisdom and just great quotes. One of my favorite quotes from him: we're all facing a battle that no one else will ever know about. And I think my interpretation of that is all of us, you, me, everybody you've ever met, is going through something that we may never know about unless we ask them about it or they tell us about it. And I'm definitely part of that situation. There's plenty of stuff I'm dealing with, and I will open up in the next podcast about that. And just let that sink in for a second before we jump to conclusions with other people or compare ourselves to other people or pass judgment. Hopefully that sinks in. And also on comparison, it's a good quote. Comparison is a thief of joy. So please don't compare yourself to other people as better or lesser than other people, especially not lesser. We're all on the same page doing best we can. It may appear on social media that some people are doing better than others in some categories, but please, it's all in context. I'm sure that they have their own battles as well. So I'll get off my soapbox there and back onto track. So that's a great episode. Please check it out. Brett Jones is an awesome person. We also had a podcast with Ombraz. Ombraz is the armless sunglasses. You might have seen the YouTube video we put together for them. Basically, they take the lenses, very high quality Zeiss lenses, and then they put a nylon strap behind it, so you have like a built-in retention system, like a croquis. If you do rafting, you know what that is. It just kind of keeps your shades in place, so you don't have to worry about them falling off. Also, it's very comfortable. We talk about, this is really close to home because my sister had brain cancer, but people who have had surgeries or major surgeries on their head, sunglasses don't feel good in those areas. So these have been very helpful to people going through some tough times for sure. And also the optics are fantastic. Polarized glass or polarized lenses, and they can do prescription base as well. All right, some cool reviews. Literally cool. I'm wearing some cool gear they sent over. Hopefully get some fly fishing in here soon. Test out their sun shirt. Mountain Hardwear Core Pre-Shell Jacket. So we did the hoodie version review 2 years ago. Use that in the sand dunes down here in Colorado, which are majestic. It's like a desert in the middle of 14ers. It's really worth checking out. It's a national park. It's great. So the hoodie was fantastic, but with all hoodies, especially lightweight ones, if you're not using a hood and wind comes through, it flaps around, and that can be irritating. If you're out hiking, you just put the hood into the jacket and you're good to go. But if you're in the city and you want to look more, not like a dirtbag, it's nice to have no hood, just have a regular collar. So they sent over the jacket, which just came out, I think, this week or last week. So if you're curious about that, how it looks, how it fits, I have a review on that on Engearment.com and our YouTube channel as well. Vasque. We've done a lot of work with Vasque, as you've probably seen. And they make great hiking shoes and boots, usually with like a Vibram sole and Gore-Tex liners or proprietary waterproof breathable liners. And so they kind of venture into a different territory with this shoe they sent over. It's more of a after shoe, after you're hiking, after you're backpacking, after, in my case, splitboarding, or after training. It's called a Satoru Mach. It's a mesh sock-like structure that kind of slips onto your foot, and I used it without socks, which is nice because it's getting hot. It's going to be 85 degrees here in Denver today. That's flipping hot to me. So, of course, I'm going camping, find some snow, camp in the snow, cool off. But the Satori Mock is very comfortable for putting on after activities. They're like 7 ounces, so pretty lightweight. So you could take it backpacking or especially car camping. And then I use it for training in the gym, of course, swinging the kettlebells and doing the T-Rex and all the fun stuff we do. Good stuff. Got a review on that. Speaking of more fitness stuff, sorry, I just woke up. Decathlon sent over a spin bike. It's just out of frame. And my wife and I have been using the heck out of it for like 2 months. So we really gave it a fair shakedown. We use spin bikes in the gym. I'm not a fan of using spin bikes for my clients, but for my own like long, slow duration cardio, it's okay to like zone out and just do some spin bike. So, and then there's, of course, there's Peloton. There, I went to Costco to try and find some comparison. There's a pretty nice one for like $900. There's a Schwinn for like $900. This Decathlon's $500. Most of the features, you might not get a screen, but you probably have a tablet or an iPad, and it has a perfect slot right there for it. Great, and it works. It's got like a 40-pound, 18-kilogram flywheel, so that's legit. And then, of course, Patagonia. This is cool. So before Engearment started, I've always wanted the black hole backpack. That's like, I always wanted, I've seen them. I'm like, that's a good looking backpack. I would love to have one, to use one. And then about a month and a half ago, Patagonia, and they sent over some stuff to first review, of course. And in it was the black hole 32-liter backpack. And I was like, had a moment where I just got a little teary-eyed and a little lump in the throat. And I was like, holy moly, like, it's worked. It's manifested. Like, the backpack I've wanted to use for the last 10 years showed up. And it lived up to my expectations. I'm using it currently. It's out of frame, but it's not made out of recycled fishing nets. So that's great. That's super great. So we have a glowing review on the Patagonia Black Hole 32. They also sent over the Torrent Shell rain pant. So 2 years ago, I believe, again, we were the first company to put out the review on the Torrent Shell 3-layer jacket. Again, made from recycled fishing nets. I love it. They're taking fishing nets out of the ocean that are just causing havoc for all the animals and for us. And they take it out, clean it up, recycle it, and make stuff out of it. Awesome job, Patagonia. So the Torrent Shell, budget-friendly, 3-layer waterproof, breathable, packable pant. Goes really well with the Torrent Shell jacket. I think all in, you can get that set up for like $260 for a waterproof jacket and pant. They'll take on anything you throw at it, plus made out of recycled fishing nets. Awesome stuff. And then my friend Andrew on the East Coast, who's actually doing his first 100K Ultra race right now. So Andrew, go, man. Good for you. You're an awesome guy. Did the Ultra Lone Peak review. Ultra Lone Peak 5, I believe. So he's our long-distance runner in the group. I barely run. I only run if I have to chase the dogs. But on the other end of the spectrum, Andrew out there on the East Coast is just kicking butt. And then Sea to Summit. So water. When you're camping or doing anything outside and you carry water, how do you usually carry it? Do you carry it in water bottles? Well, I do. I always have water bottles. But how do you carry a lot of water? You can get the traditional big blue thing you get at REI that all of us probably have one of those and then forget to clean it. It gets a little funky. Or you can have a cooler, of course. And we have so many coolers. Oh, stay tuned for the Dometic 55-liter cooler solar panel from Renogy and their PB40 battery. I'm actually going to shoot that tonight when we're camping. Back to how do you store water? Well, I was really stoked when Sea to Summit sent over their new WaterCell X 10-liter water bladder. I'm impressed because, one, doesn't take up much space, and 10 liters is enough for me and my family, for my wife and my 2 dogs, for 2 days easily, right? And it stores up really small. It's not like a big, huge container. It's a pliable, durable 400 denier material, and it slides in anywhere you want to. I have it actually kind of wedged between a couple of bags in my truck, and it sits there perfectly. And then when you want to use it, you just pull it up onto a tree branch. In my case, I put it on top of my roof rack on top of the 4Runner and just let it dangle there, and then fill up the water bottles from my friends, my dogs, water bowls, and we're good to go. And then also, it's got a shower nozzle, so you can use it as a drip shower. Pretty sweet. So we have reviews on all of those up, and you can check those out on Engearment.com, also on this YouTube channel if you're watching this Engearment.com podcast video. Hopefully you find it entertaining. it's fun because every time I do a meeting with, I don't know, say Gore-Tex or whoever, and we hop on the Zoom or whatever we're using, and they see the background, everybody always asks, and I love explaining to them what the background is all about. So I have to give credit to my wife for creating the background. So, and we're all doing Zooms and stuff, right? So a really easy way to showcase who you are is in your background, whether it's your family, that fish you caught, some trophies you've accumulated or earned, or a book you wrote, or whatever it is. Like, it's really nice to just have some character behind you. And if I know not everybody can do that in a situation, but if you can, it's nice. So people have something to look at in the background, like, oh, that's a talking point. What is that book? Well, that's Pavel's book, The Quick and the Dead. I'm on page 43. What is that right there? Oh, that's a book I wrote on splitboarding. Again, it's not a good book. In fact, this is kind of a fun tangent. Criticism. All right. I get a lot of criticism. I used to take it very personally, and then I realized a lot of people are just looking for reaction. Sometimes it's positive criticism, like, your audio sucks, get a lapel microphone, and I agree. Or your video sucks, and I agree. I was shooting on an iPhone on the wrong side of the camera. So now we have professional cameras, and now we have professional lavalier wireless microphones. We get better. Here's a camera, for example. Went from an iPhone to this. If you know what this is the G9 with the 1.7, 10 to 25. You know, it's a significant investment. Took a long time to get there, but I want to create stuff, content, video, and audio that is not only helpful, but also sounds good and looks good. So, tool like this, Rode wireless microphone, gets the job done. So, back to positive criticism. All for it, all for growing, but oftentimes there's some criticism out there that just makes you hurt, to be honest, just hurts. So back to my book. So this book has been out since 2017, and how it started was there's a website called Massdrop. I think it's called Drop now, and they asked me to write a piece on splitboarding. So I wrote like a 3,000 word piece and put some pictures up. And it was really well received, had a lot of questions. And I wrote down all the questions. I was like, God, this is helpful for myself to learn how to help people. And also people are receiving it well. And so I thought to myself, this could be an ebook. So I put together an ebook, and mostly it's a lot of cool pictures, a lot of videos. There's interviews in there with Jeremy Jones. Yes, that Jeremy Jones, the splitboarding legend. There's videos from professional guides, my friend Justin Ibarra, on what he keeps in his survival pack, inside his splitboarding backpack, what is in his first aid kit, how to transition from ski mode to snowboard mode. There's videos on me going over different gear, like different gear reviews on bindings, Spark R&D, Karakoram, what kind of boots to use, what kind of skins. It's very detailed, right? It's been really well received over the last 4.5 years. And it's on Amazon. Don't buy it. Well, you could buy it, but I'll send you the better copy. I actually broke Amazon Kindle. I didn't physically break it in half. When I submitted the book, it was too much hyperlinks and too much videos for their platform, the KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing platform. So it actually took 3 months for them to build a team somewhere in the world, built a team, re-engineered KDP to allow books like this to work. So I hope that by me challenging the system, breaking it, them fixing it has allowed other people to create books like this. What I mean by this is it's like 55 pages, not big, but each page has got abundance of video and big pictures that you can blow up. Like there's a picture of me at Mount Shuksan, which is a gorgeous mountain. It's like 20 megabytes. So I'd like for you, like, you can blow it up. In fact, on the other side of the wall, my wife for my birthday and Christmas, almost the same day, made like a 7-foot by 8-foot blow up of that. So you can do the same with those pictures too, because they're that high of quality. I wanted to like give you National Geographic level content. Anywho, back to the criticism. So I go on Amazon and I'm just going through to see if I need to moderate anything. But you can't moderate on Amazon. On Facebook you can moderate. On YouTube I can moderate. So if there's something that's really horrible, I can say spam, or I can reply, or I can delete. And so on Amazon you can't. You're up to the mercy of Amazon, which is really weird because I've done reviews for Amazon products and I submit it and then they reject it. And I'm like, why would you reject it? There's a picture of me using this thing. There's a video of me using this thing. Here's like 3 paragraphs of how I used it, why I like this or why I didn't like this. And I'm a verified purchaser, but I don't know if there's an algorithm that I don't understand, but whatever. Anyways, there's 3 reviews in my book. It went from 5-star reviews, which I was really stoked on, to like 1.5 star. And I was like, what in the heck? Each review was a person who didn't purchase the book and just scathing reviews. I was like, oh, that hurts, right? So I took it very personal because I put a lot into the book. And I know I was a content creator. You can't take these things personal, right? And there's a book called The 4 Agreements. And one of the 4 agreements is don't take it personal. I took it pretty personal last week. Got pretty down myself. And then there was a comment on YouTube. Again, just like this, like the person didn't watch the video. They just left something pretty scathing. And in there, I was like, I'm not going to engage. This is a troll comment, so I just deleted it. And then there was another incident that it really got under my skin. So I had a lot of self-doubt last week, is what I'm trying to be honest with you. I had a lot of self-doubt. And it took me a few days to like pull myself out of the situation and realize and be a little curious. Like the people on Amazon wrote the comments, didn't purchase the book. They didn't read it. So it wasn't an honest review. The person on YouTube didn't watch the video. So it wasn't an honest review or criticism. And the other incident was on me. I perceived something incorrectly. I got very sensitive and I assumed, which is again on the 4 agreements, don't assume. I assumed the other company, other people involved were unhappy with the service. Turns out, no, they were on vacation and they came back and they're like, oh my goodness, that was a great, working environment, working situation. Super excited to work with you going forward. I'm like, all right. So 2 of the 4 agreements right there. Don't take it personal and don't assume. And then the other one, speak with a golden tongue, which is always say nice things, don't talk crap. And I'll let you read the book to get the 4th one. So some homework for you if you want. It's a short book, worth reading, worth gifting too. All right, done with the tangents, I believe. Some things to look forward to. Oh, there's a lot to look forward to. Back to like goosebump manifesting. My first really good everyday carry knife was a gift from my uncle, Jim Kirchhoff. And it was about 15 years ago. It was a Benchmade knife. I still have it. I have it at the very front of our home to open up packages. I use it every day. But on my person, I carry a less expensive knife, still made in America, Kershaw. EDC is, I think this is a scallion. And this is the one I gift to all my friends. So everybody gets either a tactical pen or a knife for their birthday. So if you know me in person, get ready to get a knife or a pen. Long story longer, Benchmade, made in Oregon, made here in the USA, super high quality. Yesterday I go to get to the mail, and in the mail is a Benchmade. This is the brand new bug out carbon fiber. It's a nice knife. So we'll have this review up real soon. If you're watching, or if you're not watching the video, it's a carbon fiber knife, and it is lighter than my Kershaw, which is 2/3 the size. So it's a really nice knife. It's also $300. Other things working on, Mirror, great company. They sent over some water bottles. And actually, as my fitness business, Colorado Personal Fitness, I would purchase 10 Mirror water bottles at a time, and then I would gift them to my training students and clients. So I was already a big fan of Mirror. Everything you purchase from Mirror has a giving code. So you put the code in, you can see where your funds are going to help people with drinking water and other and bicycles and other cool programs that Mirror does. And great company. So we're starting to work with Mirror on some stuff. Costa Del Mar, some new shades coming out. I was just wearing my Costas, and I was like, I'm about ready to give them to a friend. I was like, I could really use a new pair of shades. So Costa, hooking it up. This is really cool. So we do a lot of work with Patagonia, North Face, Salomon, all the brands you see, like a lot of good brands. One brand we have not worked with very much in the last 3 or 4 years is Arcteryx. And if you know gear, you know Arcteryx, right? So on a whim, out of nowhere, it's like 2 days ago, I was like, we really need to work with Deadbird again. I need to make that happen. No more than 5 minutes later, I get an email, PR company, Arcteryx. Sure as heck, we're working with Arcteryx now, so a lot to look forward to there. To my bow hunter and hunter friends out there, I know you guys are outside, you pay money for your tags, And this goes to help us outdoor users as well. So anybody who's a hiker, backpacker, backcountry skier, a fisherman or fisherwoman, we all benefit from hunters. So we have to give credit to that for sure. And also, they look at gear a lot like how us backpackers and campers and hikers look at gear. They're looking for a lightweight, bow hunters especially, lightweight, durable, well-made gear. So a company that keeps popping up on my radar is Kuiu, Kuiu. And again, they reached out to us last week to work together on some projects. So that's really, really awesome. That'll help a lot of people who are backpacking with big kits, or light kits coming back with a big kit, hopefully, right? Come back with some, something you track down. And so this is going to hit a really cool part of the audience right here. Hoka sent over some really cool shoes that come out in the fall. They're, as always, Hoka's like walking and running on clouds. They're really nice. Decathlon. Oh, this is really fun. So again, Decathlon is this French company. They're really, really big in Europe, like huge. And they're just getting their foot in the door over here in America about the last year and a half. And for the last 3 summers, we've been working with them on their tent reviews. So they send over their 2-second tent. It takes more than 2 seconds to pop up, but if done perfectly, I could see it being 2 seconds. It took me like 30 seconds. Still really fast, right? So they sent over the newest version. So depending on where we camp tonight, if we're in the snow, I'm not going to use it, but if we can find dirt, hopefully not mud, then I will have a teaser video on that up tonight. And then they sent over an Airbeam tent. Now we've used one other Airbeam tent, and that was from Nemo, and that was like 7 years ago. And we are impressed, but we haven't seen a whole lot of other tents using Airbeams. This is actually a very large. It's a 4-person. It looks like a 6-person to me because I'm more backpacker style as opposed to like glamping, huge style. So this is in the middle. It's a big tent. It's like 15 to 20 pounds, or maybe 22 pounds. It's big. And so that'll be coming up here next probably month, because here in May, the snow's melting. Some camp spots might have dirt. They do. That'll be up sooner. And then, as I teased earlier, Dometic. Thank you, Dometic. They sent over the PB40, which is a lithium something battery, about 40 hours of life for the cooler. And then I went out and purchased, and I have a pro deal for you to share with you for Renogy for 10% off, a solar panel. And then I glued it to the top of my roof nest tent in a snowstorm. You shouldn't glue things in a snowstorm, but that's what we're doing. We're dirtbags over here. It hasn't flown off, and it's been 3 weeks. So it looks ghetto, but I don't care. It's on top of the roof. Nobody's going to look there unless they're above me, which could happen. And then it trickles back into the back of the 4Runner, into the battery. The battery goes into the cooler, and I've got power to spare. So I'm going to put an inverter in there so I can power up friends' laptops or cameras, or I don't know, a toaster. I'm probably not a toaster. Maybe a crock pot. I've got a lot of power. I'm power rich. So if we're camping together, I got power for you. Brio Stove. Oh, this thing is huge. And it's awesome. It's like 65 pounds. So I went to go shoot the video for this, and I forgot the firewood. That was embarrassing. But I'll get this up really soon. It's such a cool stove. It has a sear plate. It's beautiful. Made in Pennsylvania, made here in America. Again, I'm not anti other countries. Please, no. I'm just pro get gear made close to home. I don't care where you live in the world. If you can support a business close to you, that's the best path, in my opinion. And then, Patagonia. The last piece of kit I'm testing for them is their Alpine pant. It's brand new for the spring 21 season. It's stretchy pants for climbing. Good stuff. I believe that gets you caught up, and I believe that's almost half an hour. That's a lot of information to process. If you're listening this far, thank you for making it all the way through. Hopefully any one of these 30 things I've mentioned might have gotten you a little bit excited. The podcast with Brett Jones, I would recommend checking out. I think anybody with any background will find value in it. Not just fitness, not just cancer survivors, not just outdoor recreation, but he drops some wisdom that's very applicable and very helpful. And I will. I'll have another episode up next week. A really heavy episode. I'll give you a bit of a preview on it. It'll be the why, and the why I do Engearment, why I do Colorado Personal Fitness, what led me on that path, and the passing of my family and how I've used that as motivation to serve you guys, to help people with their health and fitness and wellness, and to get everybody outside and get them stoked on the gear that helps them enjoy the outdoors even more with their friends and their family. So it'll be a heavy episode, but it's been long overdue, and I think it'd be extremely relevant for some listeners out there. So anyways, love you guys for listening all the way through this. Hit me up with any questions, Sean at engearment.com. Until next time, take care.